everyone? Can you hear me? Can you all hear me? Okay. Fine. So far here only 6 of us are there. We all should be there, isn't it? And let us just talk something about these two things before we start our class. Here Aditi is there. I'll mark you present. Aditi, Dev, Aditi roll number 3, then Dev roll number 12, okay. Then 15, then 21, 23, fine, 9 of you are there, now more, 21, 24, 33, 24, 33, and 39 and 40, 39 and 40, okay. 25 also joined just now. Well, rest of you people will be given your attendance as it comes, okay. At the end let us think about it, but at present let us see how things are proceeding. So my voice is not reaching you. What a horrible thing. I'll just check it again. And even now it is not coming well. Whether my voice is reaching you proper. बहुत ज़्यादा धीरे धीरे आ रही है. So let me just check it here. Is it now okay for you? Is it okay? Whether my voice is reaching you now? Yes, sir. It's okay, no? ठीक है. So better than earlier. Divyansh, is it better than earlier? Divyansh? Yes, sir. Okay, ठीक है. Now, okay, get back. So these yes, two, sir. Okay, now these two words I have written here on the board. Any one of you please first of all tell me its pronunciation, then I talk about it. If any one of you, can I ask Divyansh Sharma, how do you read this word? EXTEMPORE. Divyansh, another Divyansh Kumar. Harsh? Extempore. Divyansh Kumar tried and called it extempore. And what about this one? Aditi? Aditi, how do you pronounce it? Extempore, okay. Okay. Anyone has got, Saurav, after many days I could see you here. Saurav, how do you pronounce this word? Just put your mic on and tell me. Extempore. Extempore, okay. Now I'll tell you, it is not extempore, it is extempore. Its pronunciation is extempore. Now what is it? Actually we have put one competition there under CCA for you people, and it is just like on the spot you should be able to speak. So a topic do we generally give, and on the spot you are supposed to speak. You first take part in this, but to make the things comfortable for you, you will be given those topics some 1 or 2 hours before the start of the competition. But we will not give you one topic in that case. We will give you 5-6 topics, and when your turn comes, then from those chits of topics, any one topic we will show to you, and we will ask you to deliver a speech on that particular topic. This means that you would have to prepare on that topic, on those topics instead, and then you should be ready to speak on one particular topic. Well, whether you participate or not, that of course you are going to decide, but let me tell you how important it is. See, any life situation. For example, you just go to the hospital and you have got to communicate to the doctor. All of a sudden they will tell you something new kind of thing about which you don't know, anything. But you would have to still have a kind of talk and communication, no? And that is on the spur of the moment that new situation arose for you, but you should be able to handle. So if you have exposure to this kind of situation, like any talk is given, any topic is given to you, and you can still speak up for 1 or 2 minutes, I think that is what is required by an educated and a very strong fellow in education should be able to do this. For example, you are asked for viva in your exams for any subject, let us take it. So it is just like extempore. On the spot, whatever clicks, that examiner would ask you something about it, and you should be ready to answer. You cannot just simply say I don't know, and by that your job is done. Impossible. And when you go for an interview, of course, again there can be any situation. And do you think that we have answer for everything? No, we don't have answer for all the questions. But if we know all the answers, that is okay, that's good. But if we do not know all the answers, still we will have to say something, still we will have to speak something about it. And that is what getting ready in life for these things. So our certificates would be one criterion, and another criterion, if we have to think about, that is extempore. Ultimately, all those engineers who are chosen, after having very good qualification, it is only in the group discussion that they do not do well, or any topic they are asked to express their views upon. So if they do not do well, they lose everything. They must have worked hard for their all their education and getting grades in the exams, but later on what happened? When the actual situation came, nothing happens. So this is one called extempore. You of course must participate in this one. Okay, dates are given over there. I think on 11th we are going to conduct that, and you just register. Google Forms are there for you. You can just register. Next one is assignment. Assignments were given to you during Diwali break, and some of you have done and they have already been written, but most of you have still not done so. And it is those assignments are very useful. Writing work is there. You will have to write some letter, or you will have to write some article, and both the things are there for your examination. Okay, so I don't want you to lose any chance and do work on both of them. Okay, this is something about both these things. Now coming back to our class, last class that we had, so we had seen some letter writing. Okay, and that letter writing was especially job application. Okay, so if I am to ask you all, I know those points that you had written, so can I ask any one of you? Sagarika, put your mic on. Sagarika, put your mic on.
Yes, sir.
Okay, Sagarika, there were some points that I had given you yesterday. Before you start writing of that particular letter, so what were those points? Can you just tell me? Just read them out and tell.
Formal letter.
Yeah.
Okay. So first is purpose.
Okay.
Second is person to whom it is addressed.
Correct.
Third is tone to be adopted.
Yeah, tone to be adopted, right. Next.
Fourth is completeness of message.
Okay.
Fifth is action required.
Okay.
And sixth is conciseness of expression.
Conciseness, yeah.
Of expression.
Okay. So considering all these points, that is the first one, we must know the purpose of the writer of that particular letter, why we are writing that letter. So if that is known to us, we can organize our thoughts and we can present it properly. Next point comes is whom we are writing that letter, and that was already clear for us, for whom that letter was meant. And then what tone to be adopted. Then I talked about formal and informal letters both. And when we talk about informal letters, this we did not discuss much of informal letter. But in informal letter, the tone can be a colloquial tone, it can be, and you are at little comfort zone. But when it comes for formal letters, and that actually you will have to deal with when it comes for your board exams and all, and in real life situation also, most of the time you will have to write letters, and that they are formal letters. For informal, now WhatsApp messages are very simple and easy for all of us, and of course nobody will write informal letter these days. but formal letters are of course still written. So at that time you will have to remember who you are writing, what is the purpose. Then we will have to frame suitable subject. Then I told you yesterday, if it is a job application, so what can be the subject. Then I told you it should be application for the post of so and so. Then that post can be anything, it can be for the post of a clerk, it can be for the post of a teacher, it can be for the post of a lab assistant, anything it can be, but you will have to write there in the subject. Unless you mention it there in the subject, it doesn't make it clear why are you writing all that. And these people, the authorities, they don't have much of time to go through each part of your letter. So let us be concise, that is short, let us be brief, let us not talk everything all about, let us just discuss whatever is very, very crucial and important. So all those we had seen, and then structure also we had seen. I think left side alignment we had seen. So what was the first thing that we had written? Who can tell me? What was the first thing? Yesterday you wrote down.
Name and address of sender.
Yeah, name and address of sender. I think it must be Aditi. Was that Aditi? Who this? Arpita? Newton? Okay, Newton. So first you wrote is your sender's name and address. And address also, whenever you are writing down, so you should write it clearly one after another. For example, if your quarter number is 72, if it is also type 4 72, then Anu Kiran, colony, so colony, ठीक है. So बाकी सब हटाओ नहीं, इनको हटा देते हैं, not required, no. So Anu Kiran colony. Then where it is at Rawatbhata, like this. And where Rawatbhata is, it is via Kota. And where via Kota district is, your district is Chittorgarh. And where Chittorgarh is, you can write in bracket, it is Rajasthan. Okay? And if pin is there, you have to write the pin number, whatever it is. Like here 3305, 33, 32, 05, something like that. I don't remember the pin code. So like that you will have to write the pin code. So this is how address should be written, not like everything is written in the same line. And then one more thing was there, if the name is given, you will have to write the name, or it will be only ABC. Okay? And then after this, what was required? It was after this address, after the sender's address, what you require? Date. And after the date? After the date? Name and address of the receiver, that is addressee we call it. One is addresser, this fellow the sender is called addresser, and one who receives it is called addressee, जिसको address किया गया है letter. So after date, his address will come over here. Okay? And after that, you framed one important thing, and what was that? Divyansh, tell me, what was that? After completing both the addresses, was that salutation or was that a subject? Divyansh gone? Where are you, dear Divyanshas? Divyanshas, one Divyansh is left, is Divyansh Sharma over here. Divyansh Sharma, tell me, roll number 15, has gone to washroom probably. Okay, Manish, tell me. Manish, after writing both the addresses, what is next? What is next? We have already done it yesterday. You must not have written down anything, this means. So these girls are doing their job properly. Shah's been? Yeah, here Nutan has written, and yes, Nutan, Kushi, and here Shahazbin is giving me the answer. It is subject. And subject, I told you, it should be as short as possible. It should be, but it should be on the topic. On what are we writing exactly, isn't it? So that we do. and after that what we write? Salutation. Then I told you something about salutation. Arpita, tell me, how do we write salutation? In salutation, what comes here? Is it sir? Or do we write dear sir or respected sir? We can write respected sir. We can also write dear sir, you just avoid. You can write this respected sir, but what I told you yesterday, need you write, respected sir also? No. Yeah, I told you, you can write sir oblique madam. Agar naam is already given, and by that you can understand it must be for a sir or a particular, gender. Then accordingly you can choose your this one, salutation. So if it is sir, then you can write only sir. But if it is about a lady, you can write madam. And both you are not known to you, like this you can write and then like a comma. Okay? And then you start framing your paragraphs. Okay? One idea, 1 point, 1 paragraph. So like that 2-3 paragraphs you make, and complementary close you do. Okay? Then I had given you the beginning of the letter also. Who has got the beginning of the letter? Tell me. Yesterday, as I told you, there is what beginning is there, and what is that beginning? You just tell me. What is that beginning of the letter? Who has had it? कि बस तुम लोगों ने just simply listen to the class and went away. There is no need of writing. Nandini? Acha, Nutan, please tell. Yeah. What?
I wish to apply a post of clerk advised in the time of India.
Yeah, advertised, है ना? I that is my name, whatever is there, complete name I'll write down. Wish to apply for the post of a clerk, advertised in the Times of India, dated so and so. This is our first statement. Then I told you, okay, next you write about your qualification. Next you write about your experiences. And next you tell, as you are given this opportunity, not only you are going to do your work with honesty, but also you are going to add to the growth and benefit or financial benefit of the organization. This is how you are going to write it down. But when it comes for the educational institute, so monetary aspect you will have to forget. What will you say? You would add to the glory of the school. You would be an asset to the organization. You better go for this sentence. I would be an asset to the organization. So let it be educational institute, or let it be any firm, any company, it will be suitable. I would prove to be, or I would be an asset to the company. Like that you can write down. Okay. So as you had closed, so for closing it down, you could write yours. Whether there was need of any apostrophe mark here? Was there any need of apostrophe mark? No, corrected. And this is a common kind of mistake, that you all put this apostrophe mark, whereas this mark is not required. So it becomes yours sincerely, and then comma, or it can be yours faithfully and comma ABC, whatever do you write is your name, is already given. That one you can just write it down there. Okay. Well, this is all about this one, what we say, how do we end it. Now there is one more thing that today we are going to check is, when you are asked, write a job application, and they say with biodata or curriculum vitae. So curriculum vitae, you remember this term? So this means biodata. Shall I write it down, this one for you, curriculum vitae? You can note it down. Now today all of you note. Some of you people have must not have done the noting down yesterday, and that is why it's not there with you now. So all of you just take your notebook, rush, go and find it out quickly. In the meanwhile, I am just writing down the heading there. You simply try to fool us all away. We are not there physically. Curriculum vitae, or it has another term called biodata. I'll just put it here. It's called biodata. biodata. Okay. So what will be the first requirement of a curriculum vitae or biodata? Divyansh, please tell me. Any idea? What will be the first thing? Without that, nothing is possible. Divyansh, sorry, Dev, roll number 5, where are you? Dev, you should be all available, omnipresent everywhere. Your roll number is 12. Where have you gone? Tell me, any one of you, what is required? Yeah, Dev, why it took you a lot of time to respond? Where had you gone to catch your notebook? Okay, tell me, what is the first requirement of this curriculum vitae or biodata? There is one more term which can also be there, and I'm just writing it here.
Personal profile statement.
Of course, what is that first thing that you will write here? Divyansh, tell me. The first thing for this. लॉजिक नहीं लगा रहे हो तुम लोग. Name, yeah, Nutan has written there, it is the name. अरे हाँ बाबा, unless you write the name, whose biodata it is not known, no? It is all gone to. Yes, sometimes you try to be too much extraordinary. यार, let us be simple. Actually, now when we try to be extraordinary, उसमें complications होता है. So let us try to think just like a common man first of all. And if our work is not getting done by just being common, then let us try to think extraordinary. Okay, so the first thing that we are going to write is our name. So number 1 is the name. ऐसा dot दे देना and then a colon दे देना and then you can write down. Then what should be after this one? Naam. Then address. You can note down. You keep noting down there. Then is contact number. C-O-N-T-A-C-T. Contact numbers also you can say. Contact numbers. Then after writing all this, date of birth you can write, no problem, but generally date of births are required for marriage kind of this biodata if they prepare, no? In that case generally it is more important. Okay? So this you can write. Then yeah, email address. Email address. Then of course now one point comes for qualification, but because this point is raised, so writing date of birth is not a problem. You can just write it here after writing all these addresses, date of birth, because may be useful कि कितने साल के पुरानी है, can be useful to just check it out. Otherwise very old man will not be considered for the job, है ना? So maybe date of birth also you can just consider, could be another point. And now is very important.
Qualifications.
Yes, very good. Now we require point number 6. I am writing it down here. Qualifications. 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 So what qualifications are there? तो उसके लिए let us make a box. एक छोटा सा box बना लेंगे. So it's covering. Okay. So अभी then और भी स्मार्ट हो गए. So 1, 2, 3, then 4. So इधर से SSC, HSC, then here graduation you can write BCom, BSc, ठीक है? Then for post graduation MCom, then MSc. अच्छा, one more thing I'll tell you. तुम लोग थोड़ा सा extraordinary सोचते हैं ना, you don't think normal. Don't write a qualification which is too much for the post. Suppose you are applying for the post of a lab assistant, तो उधर MSc लिखने की गरज नहीं है. Actually they require only 10th standard. 12th standard लिखा तो भी काफ़ी है, बहुत ही हो गया है. So you write only graduation, बस उससे ज़्यादा मत लिखना. अगर if you are writing too much of qualification, you know what is called, it is called over qualified for the post, फिर नहीं लेते उसको, है ना, बहुत ज़्यादा ही है तो बोला ये शाना है, so this fellow will not remain with us, so why to choose this kind of fellow, इसलिए even if you have extraordinary qualification, but whatever is required उससे just थोड़ा सा higher if you are writing down, it is good. Now some other things that you can write down here is, for example, number 5, let us take it here, let us take number 5. Here, for example, diploma in computer. This is a useful and very relevant kind of certificate course or diploma course, and in all the you can say posts, it is very much required. Even if you are applying for the post of a teacher, the knowledge or the skills of computer are always useful. For example, you check, earlier we hardly had to handle anything about computers and all, and nowadays we will have to start our class on Google, we will have to check our voice, like before some time it was not coming well, then I have to check whether my class also goes on YouTube, so both the things I had to start. So all those things now, with the passage of time, of course we all required, but a candidate one who is applying has already this kind of qualification in any field, it will be very, very useful. And when it is suppose the post is there for the post of lab assistant in computer, so in the division of computer, usse related whatever is there, that you can always write down. When it comes for clerk, again diploma courses in computer or certificate courses in computer, that you definitely need mention. You can also mention where it is something about typing, when it is coming for something like what we say clerk's post, because they will have to do a lot of typing work. So typing work, of course nowadays certificate is in the name of typing, but with typewriter tap type करके ऐसा करने वाला typewriter is not there nowadays. You will have to use this computer keyboard only, you will have to use. So like this you have to mention the qualification which is very much relevant to that particular position. Then suppose this is one particular column, थोड़ा सा टेढ़ा जा रहा है, I'm just cutting it down here in order to just make the things close by here. Then here you write the name of the board. For example, it is CBSE. CBSE, or you can also write which particularly Rajasthan board, whatever it is there, or you can create a column over here like this. One will be serial number here, then name of the exam, and then here you can write down board or university. Chota chota ho raha hai, I'm just erasing this part, okay? I'm erasing this part, you can write it properly. So a serial number, and this is name of exam, then board or university, and then you can write subjects, then year of passing, okay, and then here your division you write down. So then these columns you are going to make. Of course without scale I have made all that, your science teachers do it extremely well, but you have to use a ruler or scale for drawing it properly. Make it a habit, whenever you go for any examination, you are going to carry pencil, eraser and a scale with you. That is required in all the examination. So all these things, these details, of course you are going to write down. After writing this, after fulfilling this column of qualifications, you are going to write down some more points. For example, this was point number 6. Now I am writing point number 7. I think it is visible from there. It is experience. Experience you are going to write down. Okay? So name of the company you will have to write down. If it is not exactly, of course you have not worked anywhere, doesn't matter. You have to create one name of a company and 2 years experience there, and then another one, then there 1 year's experience. Like that you can just write down 2 years, 3 years, 5 years, whatever you want to do. And then point number 8, like skills you can write down. If anything about computers you do not write here, then skills. So typing and computer you can write here. About typing and computer you can write down. Then languages. Languages known करके लिख देना. How many languages are known to you? So always you write number 1 पर English, number 2 पर Hindi, and number 3 पर your state language. उसका भी लिखने की कोई ज़रूरत नहीं. Write minimum 2 languages. ठीक है? Then because it is a requirement in biodata as a sample, it is generally required. So you have to write down your something about hobbies. So अभी hobbies में कैसा लिखने का? PUBG खेलना is not a hobby. उधर नहीं लिखने का है. बहुत अच्छा होगा मे बी योर है या दिव्यांश, उसमें अपने को लिखने का नहीं. लेकिन let us be very smart. या फिर we should not play in any situation when it comes for especially serious businesses. So let us be serious. Let us think more logically. So here hobbies more related to this particular field. For example, generally बोलने का reading books on computer. Suppose it is something related to computer kind of things. Then attending interviews or attending online sessions for one particular subject, so that you can mention. और नया और कुछ नहीं है तो फिर तो स्पोर्ट्स वगैरह का कुछ तो भी लिखने का. अभी स्पोर्ट्स में स्पेसिफिक लिखने का. सपोज यू लाइक प्लेइंग बैडमिंटन तो वही लिखने का. लॉन टेनिस खेलते तो वही लिखने का. डोंट राइट ओनली स्पोर्ट्स. मतलब स्पोर्ट्स इज वेरी बिग. एक स्पेसिफिक विच इज मोर थिंग आई थिंक सुटेबल वन. और देन एनी स्पेशल अचीवमेंट्स. So what can be the achievements? The achievements can be any recognition letter you have got from last work or from your last I mean to say company, from the boss, that you can write down. Any award you won during that period, any such competition was there wherein you got special achievement over there, that also. Or in case any of your education field, if you had been extraordinary, that also you can write down. Like you topped in this particular examination, that you can write down, no problem. And one more point is important: references. So this is one new important thing, and in these references you have to write the name of 2 persons. So unka why you need write name of these persons? Because those employers, they would talk to them, so you would have to give their name and phone number. So at least you write names over there and what department do they work in. अभी अपने पास में कोई नहीं है, so just create one particular department. For example, journalist, एक friend का नाम डॉक्टर so and so, journalist in Times of India, number 1. इतना बड़े बड़े लोगों से जैसा पहचान है. Suppose it is for the post of teacher or something like that, assistant manager, then इतना बड़ा लिखने का, नहीं तो थोड़ा सा छोटा लेकर आ जाने का, है ना. अगर it is something about a doctor, any doctor's MBBS doctor, उसका वैसा लिख देना. Like that you can just write down. Or Mr. so and so, head of the department of this particular institute, like that also you can write down. ठीक है. So these points, therefore, experience you are going to write down next. Then skills में anything special like typing लिखा, computer लिखा. Suppose you have got any other extraordinary skill. For example, you are good at singing or playing. That also it comes under skills. You can write down over there. So languages, I said the first language that you are going to mention over here is is your English language, and the second language that you are going to mention is Hindi. The third language, if you feel like writing, then you can just write down, because your paper would go there in this region of Rajasthan, so Rajasthan you can write down. But I feel you just write only 2 languages, because I don't believe, sometimes certain things people become more judgmental or biased. That is why I just don't want you to write any other third thing. You just write only those 2 things. Then hobbies, then your achievements, and last is something about references. So references of 2 persons. Generally these 2 persons certify your character and certify that you are a genuine person. At the same time, you are an honest, reliable person, because such persons only are considered for any post in a particular firm. Okay, now coming back to the topic of something called biodata that I wrote only at the end. Common term is biodata. Second one is this one. Now you just, any one of you just pronounce this one. Arpita, can you pronounce this one? अर्पिता शांत नहीं रहने का है. Tell me. No. Anyone else? Now you might be thinking ki, yes, who said that? Who said that? Please tell me. Okay, Khushi? Could you tell me? Resume, what is that? Resume. Resume, yes. Khushi, you have got it correctly. Its pronunciation. Of course, the spelling is of resume, but generally on that one, there is one bar given on this E, and it is to be pronounced as resume. Okay, so the first part is biodata, second one is resume, and सबसे heavy वाला term is curriculum vitae. So curriculum vitae, that spelling also you must remember. अगर तुम्हारे को biodata भी बोला तब भी you write this curriculum vitae oblique देकर, मतलब सामने वाले को समझ में आएगा कि you have prepared well, you have prepared enough, and you know enough about it. Now the points that we need to remember in curriculum vitae is number 1 is name, then address, then contact number, email address. Then you can just write, if you want, date of birth. Better you write it down, you know. So date of birth, and then qualifications. For qualifications you are going to make some chart like this, and after that you are going to write your experience of 1 or 2 organizations. You can just write down. ऐसा नहीं लिखना है इधर 6 महीने रहे उधर 3 महीने रहे, ऐसा नहीं लिखने का. Minimum 1 or 2 years at one particular. टिकता क्यों नहीं बाबा? Is there any problem with this fellow? ऐसा भी होता है ना. So leave no scope for them, and nothing like that. So only specific experience, 5 years experience, 3 years experience. If one more is there, so one year's experience over there. Then languages known, then hobbies. You can also put it as an oblique part is interest. Then any special. Achha, if there is no achievement of yours, or you are not able to recall any specific achievement, so don't write anything about achievement. कुछ भी नहीं लिखने का. Otherwise, if there is nothing to write about it, then why to unnecessarily put that column? References, of course, you should write over there. Okay. I think for today this is fine.